Okay, so here's a quick question. When you think of calcium, what's the first food that comes to mind? Let me guess, milk, right? Maybe cheese if you're feeling fancy. But here's the shocker. There are actually tons of foods that pack even more calcium than milk, and some of them might already be in your kitchen. Now, if you're over 50, or even just getting close, keeping your bones strong isn't just a good idea. It's non-negotiable. Because let's be real, no one wants to deal with fractures, stiffness, or those little mystery aches that seem to pop up out of nowhere. And the good news? You don't have to rely on dairy to do it. Oh, and before we dive in real quick, if you're someone who's serious about feeling strong, moving with ease, and staying active as the years roll on, I highly recommend checking out something called Joint Genesis. It's formulated to support healthy joints and mobility using research-backed nutrients. And I'll tell you more about it later in the video. But for now, just know the link is below if you're curious. Alright, so let's get into it. So I was chatting with a friend the other day. She's in her late 50s and told me she's been drinking milk every day thinking she's doing everything right for her bones. But guess what? Her recent bone scan showed she's still low on calcium. And I totally get it. It's frustrating when you're trying to be healthy but don't have the full picture. Turns out, it's not just about the amount of calcium. It's also about how well your body absorbs it and the foods you pair it with. So let me walk you through some surprising calcium powerhouses that blow milk out of the water. One of my absolute favorites? Chia seeds. Yep, those tiny little seeds you sprinkle on smoothies or toss into oatmeal. They pack more calcium per gram than milk. And get this, chia seeds also give you a bonus hit of omega-3s and fiber. I started adding a spoonful to my yogurt every morning. And not only did my digestion improve, but I just felt better. Have you ever used chia seeds like that? Let me know, I'd love new recipe ideas. Now here's another one that shocked me. Collard greens. They're not just for southern cooking. These leafy greens are calcium champs. And because they're plant-based, they don't come with the saturated fat you get from some dairy. The trick is to cook them just right, lightly sautéed with garlic and a splash of olive oil. My mom started eating more collards in her 60s, and she swears it's one of the reasons her joints feel looser today. Oh, speaking of joints, remember that supplement I mentioned earlier, Joint Genesis? What I love about it is that it targets something most of us have never even heard of, the fluid in our joints, called synovial fluid. This stuff acts like the shock absorber between your bones, and over time it dries up. Joint Genesis helps rehydrate that fluid with a patented ingredient called Mobili, which has actually been shown to boost hyaluronan levels tenfold. That's huge for mobility, comfort, and flexibility. It's worth checking out, especially if your knees crack more than a glow stick when you get up in the morning. Okay, back to our calcium-rich goodies. Tofu is another unsung hero. If you're using calcium-set tofu, just a half cup can pack more calcium than a full glass of milk. It's easy to stir-fry, toss in soups, or even scramble like eggs. I know some people say tofu is bland, but it soaks up flavor like a sponge. Trust me, with the right marinade, it's amazing. Here's one that's always in my pantry. Canned salmon with bones. Yep, the bones are soft and totally edible, and they're loaded with calcium. I mash it up with a little Dijon mustard, some celery, maybe a sprinkle of dill. Makes a great sandwich or salad topping. Have you ever tried eating the bones in canned fish? Sounds weird, but it works, and your bones will thank you. Now, if you're more into snacking, grab some almonds. A small handful has a good dose of calcium plus magnesium and healthy fats. I always keep a little snack bag in my purse. Great for those afternoon cravings and good for your bones? Win-win. Oh, and let's not forget about white beans. They're creamy, mild, and sneak calcium into everything. Soups, stews, even pasta. 1 cup of cooked white beans has almost as much calcium as a cup of milk. And they're packed with plant protein, so you stay full longer. Seriously, add a can to your next veggie chili and thank me later. Alright, real quick. If you're finding this helpful, I actually put together a free guide about 8 foods with more calcium than milk for stronger bones. After 50, with even more calcium-rich foods. Plus tips on how to boost your absorption naturally. It's totally free, and you can download it from the link below. If you're over 50 and want to protect your bones, this little guide is going to be your best friend. Let's keep going. I've got 2 more foods you're going to love. Figs. Fresh or dried, these sweet little gems are calcium-rich and packed with fiber. I like chopping a few into oatmeal or having them with some nut butter. They satisfy that sugar craving and give your bones a boost. Not bad, right? Last but not least, amaranth. This ancient grain is a complete protein, and it's got more calcium per serving than most dairy foods. I'll be honest, I didn't even know what amaranth was until a few years ago, but now I use it like quinoa. It's got a slightly nutty flavor and works great in grain bowls. So here's the thing, you don't need to chug milk to keep your bones strong. In fact, if dairy doesn't sit well with you, or you just want variety, these foods can help you hit your calcium goals without the bloat. And like I said earlier, if you're also looking for natural joint support, don't forget to check out Joint Genesis below. It helped so many people feel more flexible and pain-free, especially after 50. And if you're already eating better, it's just that extra layer of support your body might need. All right, that's it for today. But now I want to hear from you. Which of these foods do you already eat? Are there any surprises on the list? Drop a comment below. I love reading your stories and tips. And hey, if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need stronger bones too. And don't forget to subscribe, because I've got tons more natural health tips coming your way. Take care of your body. Start living your healthiest, best life today with Vital Life.